Well, it's getting there. Still got a long ways to go on the, as many of you know, I've been kind of trying to brush up on my classical pieces for the last few weeks. So, okay, I gotta get back to work soon. But I do want to run through what's been going on here at Totally Guitars. It's been a really interesting week. This is Friday the 22nd. And we've had a few, there's a lot going on. It's not all, most of it doesn't have anything to do with what the things we've been releasing lately. So I've been just mostly getting stuff together for the camp, officially to be called a camp now. As a matter of fact, we do have a title for it. We are, since Totally Guitars has become such an international community, we're going with the International Guitar Camp. Kind of a weighty, we got a lot to live up to now. And the big news about that is that there will be, well, the big news for today is all the details will be out in a couple of days. So we're finalizing some guest artists and some guest cooks and all kinds of stuff, and we will have more details with early next week. There'll be all kinds of official stuff up. But I can tell you, there will be some great workshops put on by really talented artists and focused on, you know, some of their specialties. We'll have some stuff talking about tunings, probably some stuff talking about classical guitar. Of course, I will be there, and easily accessible for group sessions and maybe large groups, maybe small groups, maybe even little one-on-one. You never know. We'll just see how time works out. So I hope people are setting aside the weekend of September 19th to the 22nd, and will come join us in the Santa Cruz Mountains. More details coming up soon, though. But the few things I kind of wanted to get through today. Oh, I guess I wanted to brush up. So that piece I was fumbling through a little bit there. It's getting there, but it's only about 90%. There's still, and the last 10% usually takes the other 50% of the practice time. It takes 50% of the time to get it to 90, and the other 50 to get it to like 95, and then you need another 50 to get it to 96, 97, 98. Which is one of the reasons I kind of got discouraged, not discouraged, but headed away. There were a lot of reasons that I started doing less classical guitar stuff. One of them was it really requires some serious refinement and consistency and perfection, and I'm sometimes just too lazy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. By the way, that was a piece by Antonio Loro, a Venezuelan composer, called Venezuelan Waltz. Adriana, named after one of his relatives. Daughter. No. Natalia was the daughter. Daughter or niece, I think. He wrote 4 really cool ones. Anyway. That was one called Tatiana, number 1. Then there's this one, number 3. Needs work too, as you can see. Anyway, goes on and on. Maybe I'll break that one out next week. Still got a ways to go. It gets really pretty. Okay, wait. I'm not here to practice in front of you guys. Sometimes I am, I guess. But I did want to run through some of the things that are happening. I want to talk a little bit about the forum. And I don't think I actually have any main questions to answer today. No, I just want to tell you, I got to tell you about some really cool stuff. First of all, the new tunes we had. Hope people check this lesson out by Dawes. Because there's a whole little theory section on the triads that it uses, played on the second, third, and fourth strings. Kind of ties in with the triad stuff that I talked about in the lesson on playing lead using triads. So when my time comes, more Dawes stuff coming. I appreciate the comment about how far we've come, and actually that one's like almost finished. I don't know when I'll get around to putting the lesson out on it, but that's definitely one that I will be doing too as well. Let's see, what else do we have happening? We had a little bitty Billy's Blues. Little review of Lynn working on that. And what was the other piece? Oh, Song for Adam. God, I hope people like this. Jackson Browne tunes are just so cool. And the reason this the reason it got back on my radar, you'll probably find out next week if we put up, Ed came in working on this. And so it started off as kind of a fly on the wall lesson, and I thought, oh, you know what, before I even put up the lesson of me working on it with Ed, gotta just do a real lesson on it, because a song I've always loved. There are so many of his from the early times. Anyway, I could go on all day with Jackson Browne tunes. Love them. So let's see. Now, the fly on the wall lessons this week. These are two of my favorite people, Kevin and Matt. So I want to really welcome MattF, Matt Freeman, into the fly on the wall fraternity. I guess I called that in the lesson, because this guy had a mission 6 months ago when he came to me, and we're going to roll out a whole little mini series of Matt's progress on trying to learn to play, of course, wild horses. This week we saw lesson 1, and next week probably have another one, and next week is his D-Day, so I think Tuesday is play the song for his darling wife. Anyway, yeah, Matt is a joy, and this is going to be fun to see how it evolves with songs. And then Kevin also has kind of been on a mission, which is resurrect as many songs as he can to go on a May camping trip with his musical buddies. So we're all going to share. This is TG Becomes Reality show with Matt and Kevin, and see how their things evolve. Speaking of which, have another kind of new thing popping up next week, I hope. Had a really cool visitor to the cabin here yesterday, and we talked about a lot of interesting songs. Kind of their evolution. next week. Just a little hint as to a very extensive interview that I'll be sharing with you guys next week. You can probably figure out what it is already, but maybe not. Let's see. Let me think. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, and we also had a cool. Kevin bought a new guitar. Everybody got a chance to see Kevin's new Martin guitar with about 85 letters. It's not like a D18. It's the GCP PA4 or something like that. That might actually be it. I should have written this down. But yeah, very nice guitar that he got from our buddy Jack over at Guitar Showcase. So that's kind of a cool thing. Let's see. I think the last few weeks ago I totally botched this. Let me see if I can do it now. Piece of a song I wrote a long time ago, and even my wife noticed a while ago that I was playing a bunch of old songs that she hadn't heard in years, and the reason was been working on the classical pieces, and that really helped a lot of ones that had disappeared and gotten sloppy come back really quickly. So that was one called SOS from the first album I did of my just original stuff called On the Horizon, and been messing still with this. Oh, I thought it was getting better, but not now. There it is. The last time I played this, I was running out of gas about here. What happened? Sorry, don't talk. Try to talk and play at the same time. Pay attention. Focus. It's really running out of gas here. The endurance is coming back. Come this far, I guess I can't stop now. Until it completely crashes, which is about to happen. There it is. Okay, I can't play this part as fast as I'm going now, because it's really going to crash now. I gotta work on that part. This thing ends with really cool harmonics. I'll probably screw them up when I get there too. Okay, like I said, still a long ways to go. That's villa-lobos, by the way. A thing called Etude Number 1 in E minor. He wrote 12 of these things, and they're all just god-awful pieces. Let's see, I had 3 other things I want to talk about. I'm going to get to some really cool things going on the forum. I got to tell you, the thing about the challenges, the answering machine, has been a blast. You guys, I feel so fatherly. I'm so proud of of how talented our community is. It is just very cool to see people jump on that. I guess thanks for Michelle starting the whole challenge thing. That's the big deal. So it's really cool to see all that kind of participation out there. My answering machine just pretty much says, we never answer this phone. Please, if you want to leave a message, we might call you back. It's really cold. So, and one more thing, the banner. It is so cool to see Bart. I love this. Well, first of all, when we saw the tour of Australia a while ago, I think it was Scott that did that, and now we got a little tour of, I mean, we have all kinds of tours. I really appreciated seeing Ken's video again from New York City. And then Bart put together the great thing of getting to see some cactus there in Arizona, and it's a good thing we caught it in March while it was kind of green. I definitely, Arizona gets really hot, folks. Love California. Okay, let's see. I probably had a bunch of other things I meant to tell you about, but I've just been so wrapped up in playing and trying to get the camp organized that it's all slipping my mind right now. But I will end with another little piece that, what am I going to do? I'm going to do another one of the Venezuelan waltzes, a little bit of one. This one is really kind of spooky, and it's still, this is way a work in progress. Well, that was kind of weird. Like, don't, I gotta remember, plug in the camera. Don't trust the battery. Never happened. Well, no, it has happened before, but never while I was doing like the news, or never while I was playing something that anyway. That was a little stab at the fourth Venezuelan waltz of Antonio LaRose. Unusual chords and combinations of notes. Anyway, maybe more on Venezuelan waltzes sometime in the near future. In the meantime, I think I covered everything I meant to and rambled on for way too long as usual, but I'm going back to playing some of my old tunes. Another one that came, I guess I'm going to ramble on for a second more. Another one that I was surprised came back as quickly as it did was a Renborn tune. There's a really hard part at the end. Wait a minute. I'll get back to that later. That's of course Pharaoh's Rag. We'll save it for next week. Okay, I'm out of here. I will be here next week. Yes, there's a week coming up, a couple weeks coming up that I might be gone, but I'm going to try to still get some news done for you all on Friday. That's it. See you soon.